All right, welcome back to the episode of Beer, Bacon, and Bros. Tonight we're back with Keith, Chris, and Adam. We're going to talk a little bit about the future for the Warriors and LeBron. Are they going to be able to win another championship? Is this the end of the dynasties? Before we hop into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button for us. We are growing the family, and we appreciate you being along with us. As always, like the video because it makes it more popular, and you can hit us in the comments. I will get back with you. So, we'll start Warriors first because I got their payroll up.
Okay.
A disappointing, end of their season, obviously. I don't think they really thought that the Lakers would be the team to put them out. But, coming fresh off of winning a championship last year, it sounds kind of crazy to say, but, it felt like watching the Warriors in the postseason this year. They were old, they were slow, and they were just beat up and down the court. So, is this the end? There's some decisions to make, obviously, with personnel, but this feels like this could be the end of the Warriors.
I don't think it's the end of the Warriors. And to go back about what you're saying about dynasties, let's be honest, Lakers don't really have a dynasty. But
LeBron dynasty, the LeBron dynasty. So,
but anyway, going back to Golden State, I think they can be fine. I think they can drop like a Draymond, especially since he's only got 1 year left on his contract. You could drop a Draymond, bring somebody in. Clay, as long as he can get healthy, I think is still a decent piece. Andrew Wiggins is a big piece out there. Jordan Poole is under contract for the next 3-4 years. So you still have the pieces that you can build around.
I was about to say, do you have trade pieces that you think you could go out and get?
You can try. Somebody will take Draymond. Somebody will take Gary Payton. You can go trade some of these people off and get something in return. Or just go out and do what they did a couple years ago and make a splash in free agency and have somebody come in. That's what the NBA is now anyway. Let's go play with our friends and try to win a championship. So
it's there's a lot of money out there on the table.
There's a lot of. Clay's owed $43 million next year. Andrew Wiggins is owed $24. Draymond's owed $27. Jordan Poole's getting into the first of his 4-year extension at $28 million. Steph's being paid $51.9 million. So, you're pretty much locked up as a team.
I'm gonna say there's a lot
on those
lot
five.
of money.
So it's got to be, if you're going to make any moves this offseason to help yourself, it's going to have to be moving Clay or Draymond, in my opinion.
Well, I think Draymond would be the easiest one to move. You might be able to move Clay. Somebody might want him. So, he's still only 33. So he still has 2 or 3 good years left.
I would say theoretically you would think 3 good years or shit.
So you can still get something out of him.
And if you treat him like just a hey, go sit in the corner type of guy, and not have
like a Reggie or Ray Allen in the later part of his career.
Yeah.
Just go stand in the corner and we'll get you the ball.
Correct. So if you get to the point where, like you're saying, he's 33 and you're like, all right, as a team, I can give him a 4-year deal. Is it what So at 37, it's like, hey, I'm not expecting you to be what you were with the Warriors. Go sit in the corner, we'll facilitate and get you the ball. I just need you to shoot. If you can treat him as a pure shooter, and that's what you're expecting from him, then I think there's still enough teams out there that would want Clay on his pure shooting ability.
But for $43 million, that's a lot of money.
The Lakers paid fucking Westbrook $49 to sit on the bench.
Well, yeah, and they were. They finally they shot him off. So,
but still, you paid Westbrook to sit on the bench.
Yeah, I personally just find it super hard to convince somebody to take the current Klay Thompson at $43 million and the current Draymond Green at $27 million.
Draymond's the easier one to ship.
Draymond's probably the easier one to ship because of the amount of money and somewhat still versatility, but there's still that bold jackass personality you got to take into your locker room, and I don't know if somebody's super willing to take it. I would love to see like Portland maybe think about this, right? Portland's had Dame, they haven't been able to get him any help. For Portland, is it worth taking that $43 million and taking Klay Thompson to try and give Dame somebody else to score with him? But that's a lot of money.
I'm not so as long as Steph's on that team, I'm not counting Golden State out of anything. Because Steph, granted it's a team sport, but last year Steph proved he can carry a team to a championship. because he put that team on his back and won that championship single-handedly.
Well, I'm gonna say
Jordan Poole helped.
I think Poole played a lot bigger role in that.
No, Jordan Poole helped, but Steph hitting half-court shots like it was nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, Steph put that team on his back and won that championship.
Didn't Wiggins have a pretty solid year?
Wiggins had a really solid playoffs. Yeah, I don't know that I agree with Keith's opinion of Steph just totally taking over. I felt like that was a really great team with Steph being the most, a star of the team.
I mean, he proved that he could take on anything and win.
Yeah,
so.
I'm having a hard time saying it is over. I definitely don't think they have any chance next year with the current roster situation.
I think this is decline though.
It's declining without a doubt.
I think you're on a downhill. You're on a very steep downhill situation here. Of like you're saying, Clay 1 more year, Draymond 1 more year.
Yeah.
When those are up, do you fork out another 3-year, $30 million? Do you give another? Do you give Clay another $90 million at 30 years?
No,
they won't give him 90. It would be a team-friendly contract.
Clay would be after Clay's contract in 24. If he's the same player he was this year, he will be lucky to get $15 million a year.
He'll get a player.
At 35 years old, he will be lucky to get $15 million a year. Draymond will be lucky if he gets $8 million a year.
No, Draymond's not going to get it.
So
Draymond proved that this year.
So you're saying $45 million for 3?
For my window for the Warriors to be able to win it again is 2024-25, when you're going to have at that point a 37-year-old Steph, 30-year-old Wiggins, and a 25-year-old Poole that you're going to have a nucleus around, and then it's going to be about fitting the small pieces in, but you probably also still need to go get a superstar somewhere. And then, maybe it's Luka. Maybe, Mavericks don't do anything to help him out, and he's ready to go be a superstar somewhere. It's going to be somebody.
You go and get Kyrie when you feel like we got worse.
You did get worse, yeah. We're not even going to jump into that. But it's going to be somebody that fits in that window that's a superstar ready to go, be a Kevin Durant and take it to the market.
That's what I'm saying. As long as you still have Curry, Poole, and Wiggins on that team, I wouldn't count them out of being out of championship contention.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a time window, right? Steph Curry's 35 years old. Like, LeBron, 4 years ago, we were still talking about being a really great player. But
I wouldn't go that far.
But here he is now at 38, 39 years old.
Steph, I think is.
I think
he's lost a step a little bit. I think he has. I mean, it's not the same Steph we saw 2016, 2017, where it was non-stop running around, could shoot one-legged from half court, throwing it backwards and it go in.
But I think Steph's game is different than LeBron's, where Steph doesn't try to overpower somebody.
Because he can't.
I get that, but it's not the same type of game style. It's not the same type of gameplay. Yeah. He's more of your pure shooter. I mean, it doesn't take much to get open. I mean, he can get out there and get open and hit a shot. So
yeah. Well, let's flip it a little bit. We're going to talk about LeBron now. I mean, 38 years old. I knew that was coming. So, player option, 2 years down the line. He does have to play for the Lakers currently next year unless he retires or talks his way into a trade. But, $53 million for him.
You mean he's going to leave and go destroy another team?
Probably.
Okay.
$53 million for him, $40 million for Anthony Davis.
Not worth it.
$16 million for Malik Beasley, $10 million for Mo Bamba, and $5 million basically for Jared Vanderbilt. And that's your roster currently for the Lakers next year. So
they got a lot of guys.
They got a lot of openings to think about. So can LeBron win another championship?
No.
If maybe 4 years from now when he's 42 and he's basically just a role player.
No.
You mean he's Udonis Haslam? He's not even playing anymore.
Yeah.
No, I think I don't know what's the guy's name. Is it Acho, the black guy from ESPN?
Emmanuel Acho?
Yeah. I think he said it best. He's not the number 2 that you need.
No.
Yeah.
LeBron is not the number 2 that you need.
He's not the same facilitator of the ball that he was 10 years ago.
To win a championship.
I mean,
if LeBron isn't scoring 50, which he's not, that team's not going to win.
Because he can't do it anymore.
He can't. But you can't expect LeBron to score 25 to 30 and your team to win because
Well,
nobody else is able to be that.
Well, not with that
40,
roster.
that 40-point,
Anthony Davis can't stay healthy. He's on the bench with a foot or a toe issue every other day.
Yeah.
I mean, you got rid of you went and traded for D'Angelo Russell and you couldn't do anything with him. Now you can probably re-sign him and get him to stay.
Yeah.
But
I'll say Russell played well for the Lakers this year. He was the perfect replacement for Russell Westbrook. And surprisingly, here's the thing for the Lakers, they can't really look at this playoffs and say we weren't healthy. They had Russell, they had Anthony Davis, they had LeBron James, they had Dennis Schroeder, they had the guys that they wanted. Austin Reeves played really well. They had the guys that they wanted. They just got beat. They just flat out got beat.
Because again, I think Andre said it right. I think he said it right because look, LeBron is not the number one anymore,
and it should be Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis is so inconsistent he can't live up to the number one
because he can't stay on the court.
And
even when he was on the court, he was having games like he had back-to-back games in the playoffs where he scored 38 and 10. Like, how do you go from one night scoring 38 to scoring 10 the next?
The
night?
same way LeBron scored 30 in the first half and only scored 9 in the second half.
Yeah.
Of the go home game.
So he is no longer that two that you could rely on to make sure as a one. If I have an off night, that I know my number two could get it done. He can't get it done for you anymore.
Yeah. Hit us in the comments. Let us know. Do you think this is the end of the Warriors dynasty or LeBron's chances of winning a championship? And as always, we appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe.